Sci-fi sells a convenient commute. Step on a pad and light washes you across the stars. But a functional transporter treats the departure pad as a forensic site. To map your data, the machine must physically dismantle you. The person who materializes at the destination has your exact physical makeup. They possess your memories of stepping onto the pad and genuinely believe they survived the trip. From an objective perspective, there is no scientific way to prove your stream of consciousness actually crossed the gap. The machine replaces movement with a cycle of destruction and reconstruction. You are reduced to data points at the source, so a high-resolution imposter can claim your identity at the destination. Look at the sheer biological density required for this process. The human body contains roughly 7 octillion atoms, and a transporter must precisely map the state of every single one to create a viable copy. Physicist Werner Heisenberg established the physical law that makes a non-lethal scan impossible. His uncertainty principle dictates that measuring a particle's exact position leaves its momentum completely obscured. At the quantum level, you can know where a particle is or how fast it's moving, but never both. Observation requires physical interaction. To read your atomic coordinates, a scanner must agitate your particles with enough energy to record them, a process that violently disrupts your original structure. Because of these quantum constraints, the act of perfectly scan a human is a terminal event. The machine produces the blueprint and the corpse at the exact same moment. Isolate the brain to see the scale of this data. The organ relies on 86 billion neurons and 100 trillion synaptic connections to maintain consciousness. Translating that specific neural web into quantum states generates a data file so massive it defies physical storage. We are talking about information volumes that exceed our most ambitious projections. State-of-the-art quantum hardware, like this dilution refrigerator, can only maintain the stability of a few dozen qubits at temperatures colder than deep space. Transmitting a human consciousness would require moving zettabytes of fragile quantum data across a network at light speed without a single error or packet loss. Even if you survive the scan, reducing a mind to a digital file exceeds the storage and transmission capacity of our physical reality. On the receiving end, the pad must instantly assemble 7 octillion atoms from pure energy back into a biological structure. This requires adhering to Einstein's mass-energy equivalence. E equals mc squared serves as the mandatory exchange rate for turning data back into flesh. Converting a 70-kilogram human back from data requires roughly 6 times 10 to the 18th joules of energy. That is the energy yield of a 1,000 megaton nuclear explosion. This is an extreme exercise in energy containment. Any microsecond of hardware lag or engineering error would release that stored energy as a city-leveling thermonuclear blast. Beyond the engineering risks, we face a mathematical law called the no-cloning theorem. The theorem mandates that an exact replica of a quantum state can only exist if the original is simultaneously destroyed. Physics forbids you from existing in 2 places at once. When applied to your identity, the person who steps onto the pad dies there. A perfect stranger inherits your life and your memories on the other side. This creates a legal and societal nightmare. We have no way to determine who owns the original's bank accounts, their marriage, or their criminal record. Biological continuity is a fragile illusion. Because 2 versions of you never exist simultaneously, the individual who steps off the receiving pad is merely the heir to a murdered original. Real-world quantum teleportation actually exists today, but it works by transferring states through entanglement. We are moving information, never physical matter. Engineers are already testing this state transfer technology across modern fiber optic networks, successfully teleporting data through our existing city infrastructure. This technology points toward a soft alternative, mapping your neural patterns into a synthetic immortal avatar rather than attempting to move your physical body. This path offers immortality, but it requires permanently severing the unbroken thread of your human consciousness. Physics forces us to answer the ultimate question. Is your identity found in the continuous stream of your living matter, or is a perfect data pattern enough to be you?